Hi guys, on today's video I'm going to be taking a look at some Doctor Who customs that I've been working on. Okay, so as you can see, this is my Tardis console room. It was made from various different pictures of you've got the shooty Tardis, I cut around the doors, I've extended the walls, I've made it look a bit more like a mix of the first Doctor's Tardis, the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh Doctor's Tardis. I found these on Google and I've simply just printed them, laminated them, and just stuck them around using bits of cardboard from a Coca-Cola bottle, from a Coca-Cola packet. I've also printed off a Victorian floor because from my other diorama that I've made. I had loads of different spare bits that I printed off to try and bring that Victorian vibe to life and various different backgrounds. Now, some of these accessories are from eBay, old Victorian dollhouse furniture, and I've just tried to jazz up the TARDIS basically. So yeah, I've used the hat stand from the 10th Doctor's TARDIS, umbrella. I could have put the 7th Doctor's in, but I've got a Victorian furniture. I've got a little table with a cup and saucer and a little gramophone, which I thought was very thingy for the 8th Doctor, you know. I've got the Junkyard TARDIS playset, and because it's living at my dad's at the minute, it could just put that one in there, it gives that classic vibe, you know. It looks very old school TARDIS. So yeah, I've got a little carpet, and I've got a little dartboard so we can do a bit of bullseye, and I've got a towel when he cleans the TARDIS, which is a nod to the 5 Doctors opening. Now I've got these are supposed to be for sheep, but the idea what I've got is there's a gantry, so when they walk in, I did think about having another layer here and then having some little stairs going down, leading down. If you like that idea, drop it in the comments, I'll see what I can do. So I did have plans to maybe have this bit in the middle, just so it looks a bit more 3D as they're going out to the TARDIS. So I'm thinking of maybe doing another layer here, another set of doors. So you have the main doors, and then you have a little comfy TARDIS console room here, a small. I got inspiration from the 8th Doctor's TARDIS and the original 1970s TARDIS. I've also found, I found this in my little Victorian set, what my partner got me. It says, welcome mat, so when they come aboard the TARDIS. It's just my own idea of keeping it within the classic setup. And I just thought, having little accessories, so yeah, that's very easily made, just out of recyclable boxes and stuff. Now I need to give these another go of silver, but I'm going for that kind of I've glued them down, this one moves, so I painted them silver to sort of look a bit like the 12th Doctor's TARDIS. It's a bit of everything. I was thinking about maybe doing a roof and adding some lights, and then maybe replace this and then have a crystal or something on there, and then have the lights coming down so it goes up to the console like that, get a glass and just have it stuck to the wall like that, so it looks more like a time rotor. But anyway, for now I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's it for the TARDIS. If anyone's got any ideas and stuff, I have seen these 3D printed ones you can get on eBay, where it's the doors and more stuff like that. So this, I'm thinking of maybe either printing the scanner wall, or making a scanner wall, or getting the 3D one that I can have here, because it lives under here next door to Professor Labyrinth Pause. So you've got a TARDIS and then a Victorian setting. Alright, and I've also got the Ace picture from Silver Nemesis, because I thought, you know, it's nice that the Doctor is reminded of his companions, and I thought, you know, I've got some picture frames as well, but I was thinking of like getting maybe like a picture of Susan, printing that off and having that on the other side, you know, like Susan, maybe like, you know, it could be Susan from similar to what Peter Capaldi had when he had like that small picture of Susan and then River. So I'm thinking of maybe doing something like that. So yeah, on to the figures. So this is more of my playset. Oh, and I've got the Fugitive Doctor. The Fugitive Doctor's TARDIS was also an inspiration for this. And as you can see, you've got the shooty bit. With these gantries, these are all sort of like railings. I got inspiration from the 10th Doctor's TARDIS, so the 9th and 10th Doctors when like they're coming up the steps. So I'm thinking of doing something like that. And if I can get some like actual pillars from like an art shop, I might stick them in there just so it looks more 3D. It comes out a bit more. But yeah, thought I'd leave the floor white and have the Victorian theme sort of here. So this is a nod to the 8th Doctor, and it's more kind of like the 80s, and I mean that kind of looks like a 70s TARDIS, I think, you know. Anyway, moving on to the figures. Okay, I'm going to start off with a very basic one. Oh, I've got like a newspaper like with like clocks and time and stuff. So like the Doctor, you know, could just be sat down and then he hears like the cloister bell, and it's like, oh my god, I better go and sort it out. So yeah, this is the 8th Doctor from Dark Eyes. Now, I originally was going to make a Ncuti Gatwa from his first season in the finale where Sutek comes back. Now, I was going to do that, and I just at the moment, I could get a 3D head and like paint it. I have seen one on eBay, and I am tempted, but I'm just waiting to see if like any of the Ncuti figures come down in price. You know, seeing as like he's gone now, and maybe like, you know, if there's any sales on or anything like that. I could just replace it, but I'm actually considering just giving this one my partner, because then, you know, it's still the 8th Doctor. All I've done is I put like a Yasmin Khan jacket on him, and this is kind of why I was going to do the 15th Doctor, just because it looks more like what he wore in that episode, and just like replace one of the heads and just put the like a Ncuti head on here. But yeah, just it'd be a shame to waste another figure, so it's more of a open jacket version of Parmesan. So I've seen him on some artwork where he's showing his chest a bit more. It uses a 9th Doctor body, and it's the newer head, because I had a spare one of Parmesan, and I thought it was perfect to pop this head on, back on the body, put some 10th Doctor hands on there, and I'm going to try and get like another 10, like, I'm going to try and get an 11th Doctor Sonic, and then my partner's all set then. He's got an 8th Doctor with his current Doctor Who stuff that I've been giving him to sort of like tart up his living room, really, and his Doctor VHS. Okay, so that's the Doctor, very easy, very basic. Now, this is one that I'm really, really proud of. I was redoing it last night. Now, for those who know, I'm a big movie Dalek fan as well, and I love like the 60s. Like, I've got the remote control Daleks as well that I've done in a previous video. So if you just want to check that out, please feel free. I've also got my Dalek that was in the last video, living on my window ledge. That's my movie Dalek, and I just really wanted to go back to this custom, because it was supposed to be like a Dalek Storm, and then it started life off as a pure silver movie Dalek, and then you may have seen it from one of my previous like animations that I've done towards the end of my third Doctor figure review. Well, it's regenerated again. Now, what I've done, I've used, because I had so many of these black domed Invasion Earth Daleks spare, what I've done, I've dirted the bottom up, made it look like it's been on different planets, and it's, you know, got some blood there as well, so it looks like it's had a run-in with some like locals, or like maybe it's had like a run-in with the Files. You know, I've tried to dirty it up a bit to kind of look a bit similar to the special weapons Dalek with all like the dirt and rust. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I feel like it looks really cool. You know, you got rusted, and it's a little bit like the Emperor Dalek's guard or something. You know, like a higher rank of Dalek. I've glued this sort of cannon on, and it's from like a set that my niece had quite a while ago, and it just broke off. So I've super glued like a special weapon to the side of the Dalek, and I've tried to rusty it up in some areas to make it look like it's tatty old and it's been, you know, out patrolling different planets. So I've also intentionally took the ears off. It did originally have like some super glue lids that I cut and super glued back on. Now I think it works because it's like it's been in a fight, you know. The head sadly doesn't turn anymore. As you can see, it was all pure silver. But I really wanted to like dirty it up a bit, make it look like a special weapons Dalek. So I've got this. This is off like a tin opener that broke. I thought, you know, like different gears and stuff, it would look cool. So, you know, I could even glue it on there like that. This was also based off the Big Finish Dalek that is a Dalek set figure. Now, I've carried on the goal to look like similar to what the Paradigm Daleks would have had if they would have been given a chance, but the fans cried and whinged and they just never carried on with the Paradigm Daleks. They just got moved up to a officer class Dalek, which I thought was a shame because I really enjoyed playing the City of the Daleks adventure game, and I thought it was really cool. Like, you know, in darker colours and stuff, I feel like this is what they could have done with the Paradigm. So I've removed the dish and I painted the band gold, and even though it's not perfect, it was my intention. I've kind of like mixed it a bit and sort of like bled it in so it looks like it's rusted. Now the special weapon has come from the bottom or a compartment inside the Dalek, or it's been fitted, and well, I've put some like blood splats and there's like bits of rust, and I've been a bit rough with my brush. It's still got the plunger arm, but as you can tell, I don't know if you can tell or not, but the plunger arm is made from a Victorian brush that I got with my Victorian Dolls House furniture off the market. And what I've done, I've just glued like a 60s Dalek, because I've super glued the plunger arm bottom from that Dalek on my from that Dalek on my window ledge. As you can see, he's got. Oh no! Yeah. He's got the claw. So it's a movie Dalek, but it's also like a Time War styled Dalek. You know, like with the Emperor having like the original Dalek from the Daleks. I got inspiration from various different stories, and I thought like doing like the spats on the bottom of and around like the Dalek sensor globes, you know, darker washes, and I felt like having like rust and oil and whatever like it's picked up on different planets adds to its look. Now I do have another one of these guns. Now I don't know what to do. I was thinking of maybe like gluing another one on the other side, to kind of look a bit like Dalek Storm. So I may very well do that, like just do the same here as I've done here, just so it, because as you can tell, it's sort of like looks like it's been on the sherry, you know, and it tipples over a bit. So I'm feeling like if I have another gun, it might keep it stood up a bit. Now I've painted the original eye stalk silver, just so it looks more like a basic movie Dalek, and I think it kind of blends in with the Emperor Daleks from the chase. Now I've got two of those Daleks there, as you can see, and you know, going out with this Dalek, it's like they've been scavenging, looking for parts off different planets, stealing technology, enhancing themselves, you know, basic Dalek stuff. So I've put some like scuffs on it. It's had its lights smashed off, you know. Maybe it had a run with Ace with that baseball bat, who knows. So yeah, I really hope that you like this, guys. And you know, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think this would be a special weapons Dalek, or do you think, like, would you think this would be cool in a Big Finish story? You know, you can see it's the Big Finish 8th Doctor's there. And let me know what you think of the Tardis console room, just using bits and pieces. And like, again, this is from a Coca-Cola box, just bits of scraps, you know. Yeah, this was really fun to do that. I did this yesterday. The Dalek I've done a while ago, but I thought it would be really cool to revisit this Dalek and just give it a new lease of life. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. What should I attempt next? Alright, take care people, have an amazing day, and as always, stay fabulous. Bye. Bye.